Hi, my name's DeAndrea, and welcome to The Real News. As you know, for those of you who have seen this program in the past, I expose corruption that Channel 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, Channel 13, and all the other stations do not expose. And the reason they don't is because they're run by corporations and they're not permitted to tell certain stories. So I'm also the author of the book Kidnapped, A True Story. And in this book, I have exposed a very serious case. So serious, it's shocking that this hasn't ended up on 2020 or Dateline, because, let me read the back of the book to tell you why it's shocking that they're covering this up. The back of the book states pretty much what the whole book is about. This is probably the most horrendous case of child abuse and judicial corruption in New York City to date. This true-life conspiracy and cover-up involves judges, lawyers, the district attorney's office, the police department, employees of the Administration for Children's Services, and the family court. These depraved individuals diligently worked together to clear a 20-year veteran of the New York City Police Department of child abuse charges, and even child support. They further destroyed evidence against him. Could this be why you virtually never hear about judges, police, district attorneys, or politicians being arrested for child abuse? I think so. In this book, we have named several names of people involved, but this book was published in 1999. This corruption is still going on to date, so the next book is going to be approximately 500 to 600 pages in length. Today, we're only going to focus on one individual that's in this book. Her name is Nina Sarah Gross. Photograph of Nina Sarah Gross, and this program is focusing on Nina Sarah Gross. Nina Sarah Gross has a seemingly outstanding resume. I'd like to read it off to you. Nina Sarah Gross joined the Dobrich firm after she worked at the Juvenile Rights Division of the Legal Aid Society, representing children in various types of family situations. She is a graduate of Bernard College and Benjamin Cardozo School of Law. She has served in the Family Law Committee, Matrimonial Law Committee, and the Council on Children of the Association of the Bar of the City of New York. She is a member of the New York State Women's Bar Association, the American Association of Family and Conciliation Courts, and the Family Law section of the New York State Bar Association. She is also a fellow of the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers. Ms. Gross has written for the Family Law Review and has lectured for the Family Law section of the New York State Bar Association. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it, to you, as a layman who has never heard about Nina Gross being exposed on 2020 or Dateline or 48 Hours? Nina Gross was involved in a family law case. The docket number is N2389/97. Nina Gross was there by design to make sure a child, a sweet, good child from the Upper East Side of Manhattan, would be spending 5 years in foster care, away from her loving mother, a mother who has never lifted a finger to harm her child in any shape, matter, or form. And to turn the child over to the custody of a New York City retired detective who raped and sodomized the child. Now, when you read this resume, let me just reiterate just a sentence or two of this. She served on the Family Law Committee, Matrimonial Law Committee, and the Council on Children of the Association of the Bar of the City of New York. Now, doesn't that seem odd to you that this woman, who is a child abuser, is a part of these committees? Well, that's what abusers do. They climb the ladder and they infiltrate themselves into these children's associations. Where better to be to abuse more children and to actually have the power to abuse more children than to join children's associations? Makes sense. That's what Nicholas Palos did, because Nicholas Palos was also a part of this case. I'm going to show you some photographs of the father that Nina Sarah Gross thought was the most appropriate parent to get custody of this poor little child. Yes, the child was outspoken. Yes, she did say, "No, I don't want to be with my father. Yes, he's abused me over and over and over again." In this photograph, it's hard for you to see that there are multiple bruises all over the child's legs and arms. Of course, you can't see the other bruises because she has a little slip on, but she's filled with multiple bruises. Now, the mother would come home and find the father in awkward positions with the child. And she kept telling the father, "I don't like the way you're sitting with my daughter." And he kept saying, "Oh, you're paranoid. I'm not doing anything wrong." He would just reiterate, "Oh, you're paranoid. Oh, no, there's nothing. I'm not doing anything wrong." Well, the mother got a little upset about this, and so she started taking pictures. Look at the body language in this picture. The child is moving away from him, not towards him. He's leaning towards her. Now, this position is not the way dads sleep with their children. This is a way a boyfriend is with his girlfriend, lovers, husband, wife. But no, not a dad and his daughter. Now take a close look at his hand. His hand is between his crotch. Is this way a dad is going to sit with his daughter? Now, I guess Nina Gross thought, that's fine with me. But it's not only this. We're going to give you a more detailed history on the father and how Nina Gross said that he was the more appropriate person to have custody. God help anybody who is up against Nina Gross in a courtroom, because if you're a good parent, the likelihood of you gaining custody of your child against a pedophile is not likely. Here is another photograph of the mother catching the father in bed with his daughter while the mother was not home. Now, look very closely at this photograph. Look at the body language in this photograph. First of all, the room he's in is in the child's own bedroom, in her bed. Now, look at the child's hand. She's crutching her vagina in a protective mode. He's got his arm wrapped around her, holding her hand as a romantic boyfriend-girlfriend. Although he is dressed, he does have his underpants on, but look at where his hand is. Now I ask you, is this the way a father is with his daughter? Or does this appear to you more than it's a lover? lovers together in bed. And I have something else to